to do is figure out how to do this right. Okay, so if we go boop, boop. All right, how do I refresh this? I'm gonna delete. Whatever. I'm gonna play the game and make it good. Make it good again. Good. The good game. Oh, let's see. We got the voice chat's good. Okay, I gotta figure out how to get the stupid old chat out of the way, but get the new one. Overlays. Go to here. Now if I go refresh. Refresh fixes it, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Hey, we got it. We got it. Squish face. Boobs. The boobies. The squish face. The boobies squish face. I'm going to go to the fridge for a tasty beverage. Tasty beverage time. I'm trying not to trip over my stuff. I should just grab two at the same time. That's what I should do. But I think what I'll start out with is I'm going to kind of dink around in a custom match. Just to aim. And I think, let's see, I haven't done, let's go. And I'll get a link to the stream too, I think. So I go here. Oh, I forgot to put a thumbnail on the stream. Whatever. It'll buff. Go here, click on my own stream, watch it. Turn that down, just check the sound here real quick. Yeah, sounds not too bad. Go here. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I'm gonna plug it in a bunch of other people's Discords. Not my own. Actually, I won't even plug it. If you want to watch, you can watch. If you don't care. Go here, change the teams. I don't really want to practice with that one. What have I not done in a bit? Put the P47N on. No, that's not the... D5. We go down here to... do some of these. I'll put my phone on, although my phone will probably eventually just kill itself, I think. Well, maybe? Yeah, I got this. Put that there. I have super immersed myself into super immersion mode. weakest 50 cal. Yeah, just jail. Get a 2-for-1. Could have done better than that. Let me see if there's anything going on in chat. Jorg says, yeah, this is aim practicing. I do this to kind of warm up, especially for props. Just because when I transition between props and jets, I find that in jets I don't engage my rudder as much, and in props, engaging rudder and kind of just decreasing the amount of time it takes to actually like aim at and shoot a target is actually a pretty big influence on how well you actually do at the game. That, and I always try to do this to kind of like slightly increase my range. Like that right there, like there's a lot of left and right there that I kind of don't want. So I'll kind of try to trim up a little bit of that left and right. It's like full right rudder to go after these guys here. But, like, miss those guys. Hit on that. I might do a little bit of 109 today. Right rudder, full down. Left rudder. So I'll do one more in the 109, and then I'll probably wander into a normal game. A little sloppy there. So, blam. Try to get that second mark. There we go. A little bit of left rudder. I'll come around to this guy in just a little bit. A little bit of overlead, but let it fly through the plane. I'll call that a kill. Transition to biplane, getting close. I'll have to compensate for parallax and crash into him. And we'll go. That's enough practice. Yeah, typically speaking, if you're trying to be good, the more you do it, the better it'll pay off. But obviously, I want to like have some gameplay, so. But that's kind of like a good warm up thing. Get used to just aiming, because you can know all the energy fighting tactics in the world, and yeah, you get behind the guy and you just flub the shots. So we got 3040, 3040. This bulge is probably split. 4353 Magno. 5767 rear. It's gonna be kind of bomber, I think, centric. Genjutsu. Sicily. So, let's see. This is a question for chat, anyone that cares to respond, because I have to use the bathroom. What battle rating or what prop would you like to see me attempt to play? I don't have everything, so if you like, oh, I want to see you play like something I don't have, like obviously, whatever. But if you want to see a BR, name it, because I'm going to go use the bathroom. I do have a link to the mission in the Discord somewhere. I'll probably have to post a new one. I don't think it works for everyone though, unfortunately. Like I really downloading custom missions for War Thunder. I think is a little tedious and annoying. So let me see. I will put the stream in whatever. And plug it in simply. But we'll go down to the propers. Bulge is kind of, I think about the same size, to be honest. Oh, it's letting me join on America on this site, so that's a definitely a split lobby. So I was gonna do a 109. I felt pretty good about those. So let's. G10 is 5.3 today. I'll put the F4. The F4 is always a good. Get that one. I'm gonna finish spading the G10. Now I'm gonna put the G10 in this slot. Even though I have Ace Crew in 1. There's no way the F4 is rank 4. It's got to be rank 2, right? Am I just blind? Oh, there it is. Found it. I'll go. Stalingrad, but this is probably the better of the options if we're just looking to play the game. How's the sound quality for everyone? How's everyone doing as far as that's concerned? Always have to balance like the I accidentally went to, didn't realize I was at 4-0. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one because it's smaller than I thought it was. I thought it was a larger game. Jorg. Yeah, it's like 4. I thought this was gonna be almost a 10-person game. I have a feeling. Oh, Smolensk big map bad. At the risk of being wrong, I'll do this game. So I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try to be a little more engaging as a streamer, and kind of talk through some of my thoughts on how to play some of these planes. So we're gonna start with the G10. G10's not fully spaded. There's only 3 people in this game now, so you always got to kind of scout the game out. Like this would be a good game to spade in, but this would be a bad game to play. 4 versus this is very small, and we're on kind of a 64-kilometer map, which is in the middle of the road. But if I just go through this, Simonov Lex kind of might be a player. So this guy sticking around, for me to stick around for this guy actually might be worth it. And this guy here, very new. The top guy's bombing. This guy literally just kind of brandy new. Gilly, once again, brandy new. So I have one guy that I can find Smirnov Lex here and go ga 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 ga. And I think what I'll do is I'm gonna take the G10 and I'm gonna go to the A point. Got air targets, 13 mil default belts. 24 minutes is fine. The G10, in all honesty, as far as 109s is concerned, is kind of nothing special. It's very similar to the G14 AS. Basically, DB605 engine with the large DB603 supercharger. A little bit better at high altitude, a little bit worse at low altitude. Still kind of the heavy airframe of the 109 G6 late that we have in the game. No aileron trim, up and down elevation trim, just kind of a standard 109 with a little bit better canopy. A pretty good looking paint job. Back in the old days, a long time ago, the flaps on this, for whatever reason, produced more lift than some of the other 109 flaps. And I think this might be an inconsequential amount lighter in game than the G6, but we're talking like 50 kilograms out of like a 4,000 kilogram airframe or something. It's like actually pretty heavy, so it's very inconsequential. Like if it does maneuver better than the G14 or G14 regular, due to the lighter weight, it's imperceptible, and that maneuverability gap is non-existent due to just kind of the difference in engine power, because the G14 regular is more optimized for 5,000 meters and below. So, and then the same thing with the G6 late, which is the one that we have in the game. It's also a little bit better optimized for lower altitude. The difference between the 14 and the G6 in game is the canopy, the battle rating placement, and the engine power on the 14 is like 50 horsepower greater. Like it's very, for all intents and purposes, you might as well count the G14, G10, and G6 as like all basically the same plane. Now, as far as the mech stuff is concerned, I just use 100% on the radiator in climbs. And then I'll trickle it down to about 25 to 30% when I start to decide to pick up speed. And on this, we'll scout. We have destroy enemy attackers D5. We're approaching D5, so I'm going to go D5 and probably blow up some attackers. I don't see anything in chat, so nothing to really respond to, unfortunately. I do need to get like a chat bot or something to, you know, make it more interactive, more interaction. Ah, fuck! I just missed my mouth. I was like, oh, I'm gonna drink a beer and just shove the bottle into my chin. Be like hand-eye coordination go gooder. Nobody really new has joined. D4 attacker. So this is the attacker formation below us. I always like to keep a little lookout. If you're in new to sim, kind of like it wouldn't hurt to just kind of have like keys pinned to left and right shoulder views, because I mean that's usually where people come from. Like there's a guy over there. I'm gonna go look at him. And I'll go down to 32%. It's twin engine. No, it's not. It's going to be that A5 that just rotates in the middle of the map. That's what's going to be. There's, on this map, there's always just like an A5 Japanese plane. It's always like on the wrong, like, team, too. It's always like when you don't want it to be on. I am going to go back to ignoring the attackers, opening engine power or radiator up to 50%. That'll allow me to kind of cool the engine down. Because getting up to yellow temperatures isn't a big deal, but this plane in its current configuration just might be a little bit too hot to handle, a little too spicy for the pepper. It's blacked out over here. It's a crash. I got Kobe X. Where's the Smirnoff guy? What I should do is figure out how to do polls. That or I can get a webcam too, but I think so. My computer screen doesn't have an integrated webcam, and I think my computer, with all the USB slots that I use, for the microphone, the throttle, the pedals, and everything, and then the I think I ran out of USB slots, so I don't think I'm gonna do like the official Squish face reveal. But I mean, I look like every other War Thunder Sim player. I'm a skinny white guy. Like, it's gonna be shocking. Like, if anything, so Lex, that guy's in a Spitfire. If anything, if I was going to run a camera, I'd run the, number one, I'd have to get a cat, and number two, I'd just run the cat cam. It'd be like, hook up a Wi-Fi camera to my cat, and then have it roam around Alaska. That'd be like probably more entertaining than the actual stream. But being in Alaska, having cats is not strictly an indoor thing, but for where I live, it's kind of enough indoors that I wouldn't be home enough to, and I don't really want to. I'm not gonna have one cat. I would have it at least two, because you gotta have two of them to socialize with each other if there's nothing around. Like, really hated it when I was in the military, and guys would have like dogs and whatnot, but they knew they weren't going to be home, and they basically put the dog in a crate for most of the day, which is like the dogs can handle it. It's not technically animal abuse, but it's like, realistically speaking, I don't think that is necessarily the best way to have a pet. I know, shocking. Squish face and empathy. I mean, Joseph, he says to get a USB hub thingy. I feel like for me, limited USB ports kind of maintain probably my sanity, because I'd be like the one guy, like, you know, when you see like the memes about power strips of like plugging everything into a single power strip, that'd be just me with like USB ports. Like, I can add one more thing. Although I should do the, maybe in the future if I stream more, yap more, and find some kind of format that I actually like. Because what happens for me is I'll stream for a bit. People will join. There's not necessarily like a lot of chat interaction going on. And like, eventually I run out of stuff to talk about. Like, it's just it is what it is. I'm not really a natural talker. I'm not the kind of guy that like can go to the bar. Well, I can, and I do, but not a natural at it. Where I'm like, I just enjoy conversation for its own sake. A lot of times, like for me to really enjoy a conversation, it has to be something that like I'm really engaged with, as opposed to small talk. I'm not bad at small talk, by the way. Like I've got like a lot of experience doing it, but it's just because I'm okay at it doesn't mean that I have learned to enjoy it, which is a weird way of looking at things too. It's a concession that I make for the sake of being a human being. Like, I don't think anyone really inherently enjoys small talk, but I mean, you gotta kind of start small talk to get to the big talk usually, because you can't be like, you can't just go to the pub and be like, you know what I want to talk about? Direct fuel injection. People be like, I don't know anything about that. It'd be nice to, but it's not really the way the world works. Let's see. Joseph says the only problem with domestic indoor animals these days is actually keeping them indoors. I mean, so I've had pets in the past. The pets that I've had have never been like ones that I've bought on my own or anything like that. They've all been kind of adopted. I've got like a lot of pictures of my old cats from when I lived in the American South. And all the cats that I had, at one point I think I had, let's see, there was Sniper, Spook, the angry gray one that was an asshole that I just called Gray Asshole Cat. There was Puff, who was like a 20-something-year-old Siamese cat that was my friend's childhood cat that like I kind of ended up, like his mom basically, I had a friend whose mom basically adopted me. Like I've got a lot of adopted moms. There was some other cat that looked like Sniper but had like a short face that was like just tiger striped kitty. Like I at one point I had maybe 5 cats. 3 of those were like purely outdoor strays, like that I just like kind of conned into letting me pet them and feeding them. 2 of them would actually come inside whenever like officially like went to like the pet store to find a cat. They just kind of all found me. With the dogs, the dogs are a little bit different. The dog I had was a Rottweiler. It's the same thing, friend's dog. Just took care of it, and Roxy was super duper sweet, like old as hell. But kind of the same thing. Like I had time, and between me and my buddy and his friend's mom, like the dog and the cats were never like super duper alone. Like there's a huge difference between when you do run into animals that are like kept in a kennel most of the day to not tear up the furniture. That it's like I was like, if I get a pet, I want to have the time to kind of dedicate to it and respect at least some of its time. Granted, the cats didn't really care. The cats were basically domesticated strays. And I would just like go out on the porch. It took a long time to kind of get them to come to you and whatnot. But you do the piss 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 and give them a little bit of food and whatnot. And there was a point that I went home after like a year and like cats came back and they're like traumatized and they're like so excited to see me, which was like kind of nice. I'm like, oh, cats don't actually hate you for existing. At the same time, living in Alaska, I'm not gonna like. I want to get a Maine Coon. I think a Maine Coon would be really, really like I don't know, like big, goofy, fuzzy cat. Um, but the problem is, like, I don't have the time to dedicate to it. Like, I think it's probably important for animals, just like people to at least socialize somewhat. But I mean, I may be weird in that aspect too. Like if I was smart, if I wanted to have a pet, I would get a wife. And after I got the wife, I get the wife that likes pets. That she could take care of the pets, and between two people, we could dedicate time to collecting all of the animals. Although I feel that if you can kind of clip that though, like if you want a pet, get a wife. You might clip that and be like, hey, this guy is a misogynist, cancel him. Which, I mean, we play War Thunder, so we're already automatically canceled just by default. So I'm gonna go back to the base. I will land, and I will get the landing bonus here. I might switch to the 109 F4. This game is... The problem with sim games is you kind of have to wait for them to build up. So, like, the gameplay right now, not super exciting, so I gotta kind of pad it with yapping. One of the things that I realized kind of with small talk is... I think most people don't necessarily enjoy it. Like, you have to kind of, like, approach it from a practical perspective. Like, you can't go up to a random person and just know that they're interested in, like, wildlife biology or the fall of the Honduran Empire in the year 67 BC or whatever, some kind of esoteric stuff. So you kind of have to use small talk to kind of feel each other out. But you can also kind of, like, game it a little bit, too. Like, sometimes for me, I can sense when, like, a person kind of get a feeling like, hey, you know what, I don't like small talk, I know you don't, like, let's talk about things that we're interested in. Like, what's something that you can talk about for an hour straight and not have any input on it. And usually something like that is, like, good enough to get some kind of reaction out of. At the same time, as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at the talking thing, but I've also gotten, like, in a lot of ways, less interested in it. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, the more you learn about it, the more you kind of like for me, I am not going to like a club or a bar with friends or even like a dive bar at this point, because, like, I just don't have the real desire for it. Like, I have my local bar that I like to go to, where I have some friends that, like, me and a couple of people, we bullshit and fuck around, play pool, and do just kind of like... I am officially almost in, like, basically unk status, and all of the people I associate with, like, they might be, like, 10 years younger than I am, or same age or whatnot. We've all, like, transitioned into, like, fucking metaphysical unk status. Like the bar I go to down the street from me is, like, super quiet. There might be 10 people in there. It's basically a restaurant, and, like, I don't know. With that being said, I am going to step out. I have a little tiny girl bladder today, so I'm going to go do the tinkle tinkle. Gotta get that nussy. So Joseph, I see your comments. I'm gonna call you Joseph. I think it's if I was gonna be stupid and be like, I'd be Joseph, yuck. But Joseph says, for a good pet, you have to make them dependable on you. You have to manipulate your way with them. I don't know that I agree with that, to be honest. Make sure the voice is recording too. Yeah, we still got voice. I don't know if I agree with that. I've done a lot of pet sitting in the past. Actually, like, pretty decent with animals. Like there's like kind of like a certain amount of like emotional intelligence that comes with like getting animals to like you as opposed to people. Like I feel like I get, I don't know, I get animals better. Like, it's the most autistic incel type thing to say, but I've dog sat for people that had so in the military when working dogs, so like attack dogs and whatnot, they age out. They can get adopted, and I've babysat for a couple of dogs that were like former attack dogs, and like I was able to figure it out well enough to like actually get like these super skittish dogs to actually like somewhat like me. And there wasn't anything like really special to it. I mean, you just kind of like respond to what they're doing, and sometimes animals want to be pets. Sometimes they want to be left alone. Sometimes you do things like you just like, for one of them, like I think the thing I did is I just like I would come in and I'd feed it and whatnot and throw a ball, but I'd also just like stay there and watch TV for a little bit and let the dog run around and let the dog kind of like figure out what it was there for. And I'd call like the owner on the phone and let the owner talk on the phone on speakerphone, so like oh yeah, this is like a normal thing. Which is dumb, but I mean it worked, and I didn't get mauled to death, so that's pretty cool. So we got destroyed surveillance F3. It's gonna put them all the way over there. So this guy is maybe one of those guys that has like a decent kill to death ratio because he's very AI focused. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna find, if I get one more kill, I think I might go look at other games, because this is for a game for props. This is very slow. There's also, from my perspective, not a lot that I can do against like a good Spitfire that isn't limited to coming with more energy, boom and zoom them, fly away, hope they spin out. It's stuff that you've seen before. Like I can do it. It's just like, well, I've done it before. Like the fights that I enjoy in the game are those the edge cases, where, for instance, I think P51 and 109G series to me is like an interesting fight, because if both guys go into it and they're actually pretty competent, the 109 wins, but it doesn't win by such a wide margin that it's a competency test. Whereas the Spitfire, that kind of fight is not a competency test; it's kind of a knowledge test. And I think there's a distinction between those two that I would make. Where, and I think that for me, I think if I was gonna articulate that in a point, I would say that the difference between the two is about 2 degrees per second in sustained turn rate. To be honest, anything with about 2 degrees per second sustained turn rate of you can kind of fight. What you get beyond that 2 degrees difference, the one plane wins by a large enough margin that you do have to rely on knowledge checks. And I prefer skill checks over knowledge checks. Let's sit below this guy, and I'll spike up in and try to shoot one of the engines or something. Rudder, 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 rudder. Go, 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 go! Fucking missed below, above him. Ah, there we go. Oh, there's 2 dots over here. So, Joseph, I see your comments out the corner of my eye. I'm going to respond to them in a second. I've got my phone on a different desk. I'm going to try to do this engagement, and then I'll respond to your comments. I'm just letting you know, I know they exist. If I was technologically savvy, I would do a way to fudge 2 monitors onto a single screen to monitor chat at the same time, but we haven't quite reached that point. Although my content in War Thunder is not streamer centric, so this is something I kind of just use to fill the time. And I haven't done any Beer Thunder content lately because I've been busy with school. I have a couple of ideas for videos, but putting all those together it's not difficult, it just requires time. And it's time that I'd rather spend playing the game. Like I can do content right now and play the game at the same time, which is good, as opposed to if I do content, I'm going to take a little bit longer to do it, and it'll be not difficult, but yeah, just time consuming. I just don't want to. This is to me streaming is recreation. It's not obligatory. Content is also entertainment, but I have to be in a mood to do it. And like for instance, I have like my next video, like I can do a whole video on the rabbit hole of getting banned from the game for 3 days for playing against other people, and actually go down the whole entire rabbit hole of what that actually is. But it requires me to put Discord chats and do screenshots to string them together in a coherent way, to try to balance the my own biases against kind of like reality, where I'm not going to say, oh my god, guys, I'm a saint, I've been a saint the whole time. Like, no, I embrace being a horrible, horrible War Thunder player, and embrace all of the kind of like aspects of when you play sim, you kind of play in the mud. Like when someone wants to play in the mud, I'm like, okay, let's go. I love playing in the mud. So I don't need to frame my video like, oh yeah, Squishface is a saint and he just never did anything wrong. Like, no, I'm like, no, I see guys that direct toxicity at me or direct toxicity at other people. I'm like, okay, bet I can match that, I can exceed it, I can do it. Like let's see what happens when the tables are reversed. What happens when instead of your squadron going after people to try to force them to quit, or zombers or whatever, what happens when you're on the receiving end of that? Whereas, and for me in the past, I've been on the receiving end of that, and I've like also willingly done that. I used to have Free Squish One had a kind of a stream sniping type contest, and I used to stream at the same time. I was on my own stream sniping board. I was there for points. You could watch my own stream, shoot me down, make me mad, and you would still get the mold bonus. I'd still give you the reward for it. Like it was, I was always willing to take what I was dishing out. And that's something I don't think. Number one, not a lot of people necessarily like. You don't have to understand it. Like I don't really like expect people to be like, I'm the keeper of the Squish lore. It doesn't really matter. Get this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy here. Hopefully he kills me, and I can go to a different game because this is sleepy, boring time. Did all the aim practice just to like miss and let this guy shoot all of his ammo at me. God, kill him! Yeah, he's dead. There we go, he's dead. Alright, I'm gonna go land and find a different game. Okay, catching up on chat. We're up to 8 people. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them to watch out. Sniping McSender says I'm doing it wrong. Cope, seethe, cry. Joseph says, can you get on Discord? I'll post a link to the Discord. I'll do a community post actually. I'll just open the borders for a little bit. Although every time I open the borders, I kind of go back and go, maybe not. Sniping McSnendo says, you're on PS4 too. No, I'm not on PS4. I was on PlayStation for a bit. I have an account for it, but I am on computer. I mean, so Joseph, stream sniping is a loaded, not really a loaded term, but it's one that isn't necessarily accurate to the way that a lot of people in War Thunder use it. So traditional stream sniping is you watch the stream, you're using the stream to find my location and kill me, and like the stream is basically active intel, and you're gonna come and kill me when I'm streaming to make me troll me or something. That's traditional stream sniping. That's also not necessarily the way that term is used in the context of War Thunder. Like I've had people accuse me of stream sniping them in the past, and they're not streamers. So they like use the term to basically mean you join the enemy team against me when you see me, which is a large, I think a pretty significant difference between the two. That and so what I'm doing right now is I'm playing the game, but I have my phone in my lap to respond to chat. I'm just using my phone as basically a chat bot as a second monitor. I don't really have the ability to play the game and watch a person stream at the same time in a way that's actually like that matters. Like I don't have the Essen Mulheim airport and this whole area of like these generic kind of like green flat maps memorized to the point of like I watch like half a second of like a Toastman stream, like he's over here, I'm gonna go kill him. Like honestly, like I think that guy accuses me of stream sniping quite often, and I honestly like don't look for him. He's just kind of, he fills a niche in the sim marketplace that is just kind of like a random guy enjoying the video game Crab Nation is in the same boat. Wingling Dragons in the same boat. Like those guys, like not so much like, oh, skill doesn't matter, they're bad. It's like, but the different vibes. Like I'm not going after. I'm not explicitly going after Toastman. Now, when I go through all the games and I see Toastman and I see him and like 4 other people in a squad and it's like 8.0, 9.0, or some kind of BR that if I take Sabres right now, there's not going to be any kind of like actual player, then yeah, I'm going to go join the enemy team to maybe have some kind of like dopamine rush of engagement of like actually playing planes that I actually really love and adore. Like I love the Sabres, I love the MiGs. It's a very exciting dynamic, but it's a very unexciting dynamic when you join this and all of these guys on the blue side, these guys will be mostly bombers. Like let's just go take a look. These BRs they're kind of a gray zone. They're just like it's cool, it'd be awesome, but it's not really good. It's just like if I go through this, let's kind of look at what we got. So we have an F-117, an F-84, a 117, an A4E, an F-3H, and an F-86A5. The enemy team, Robert Redford here, R.R. Redford. I just say Robert, and I assume R stands for Robert because that makes sense. I don't know. Canonically, this guy's Robert. You got this guy. You got this guy. These are 2 guys playing PvP. Maybe this guy. So you have like all these guys here on my team they're just being blown up. All R.R. Redford here. He's in the CL-13, probably the Mark 6, got flavor. Could he be in the Sea Vixen? He can't be in the Sea Vixen. He has to be in something German. So, this is not a horrible game. I got a small map. I got at least 2 guys doing PvP stuff. Let's see what happens. Because, damn, I should have took the other F-86, the blue one. But this game here is a perfect example of like Robert Redford is getting hunted. He's getting stream sniped. Because I'm not going to join the opposite side because like, oh no, I went and blew up an F-117, a plane that has just bombs. It's boring. It's agonizingly boring. We'll fly this out. If he's got the CL-13 Mark 6, although I didn't really look at the BRs. If he's in a Sabre, though, I can beat him with a Sabre, I'm pretty sure. Especially me and my Mingus Sabre here. So let me catch up on chat here. So Joseph asked, so sniping makes whatever his name is says you can use stream delay to mitigate stream sniping. Like yeah, you can. I just don't see the point one way or the other. Like in order to effectively stream snipe, you'd have to like be watching the guy's stream. If he like goes to like okay, so if I go to the map like oh yeah, I'm south of the A point. I'm also just gonna go to the A point because it's kind of dumb not to. If a guy's in a ground attacker and he pops up in the kill feed that he killed some tanks or whatnot, and there's a ground battle in the middle of the map, I'm like, oh, Toastman, he's at the ground battle in the Wyvern. That doesn't take a lot of effort. Certain players have certain habits when it comes to the way that they play the game. So Robert Redford, there's a perfect example of why I don't play this tier, by the way. He died one time. He's gone. Like, So we'll go kill this guy. Alright, so I got one guy behind me and no ability to fucking dogfight because I got that fucking damage, so I'm gonna just do this thingamajig. I'm gonna do the fucking the saber fucking dance here. I'm just gonna assume he's gonna fly past and miss. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll find out if it does. It's a horrible option here. It's gonna like, oh yeah, he's gonna miss all of his gunshots here, even though he's got 30 mils. And he got 50 cals actually. I want to kill this guy, but I'm like really afraid with that damage to pull in, so I'm playing it a little bit cautiously here. I have to get like one good 50 cal hit. One good 50 cal hit. One good 50 cal hit in 2 minutes. There's one. What's not a good one? Come on, I'm just like right there. There we go. There's the good 50 cal hit. We did it. We got the 50 cal hit. It took a way too long to do, but we did get it. So this guy will probably respawn. Yeah, he respawned. But now, effectively speaking, I am more or less locked into a 1 versus 2 one versus one on what is relatively speaking a large map. It is not worth the time and the effort to really stick around for this. Like, I think Nordics will be F4 Phantom, 268. So, like, everything this guy has is very much in the negatives. So while I love this plane, this is an excellent plane. This is like the G91 matchup there. Like I did have to try. That guy has potential. Like he could learn to get good. Was a good fight for this BR, relatively speaking, but that's one guy. This is one guy for basically this entire Saber BR. That if I merge equally to him, I think I win very, very quickly. At the same time, if I kill him too many times, he's not going to play this BR. And this guy here is not really a threat. So, I mean, we're going to go back to the hangar and go find a new game because, whatever. I landed and then I gave him kill credit because I'm a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. I just brain farted. BRB, though. I'll read the chat on the toilet. Okay, Joseph, I'm going to respond to your stuff here in just a second. I'm going to open another beverage, though. It's like the first time I've drank beer in a week or so. I'm trying to limit myself to like 2 days per week, so. That, and it's not like a super stout beer or anything crazy, so it's not too shabby. But, I mean, the F-86 Terra, as I was saying, has a lot of very interesting dynamic matchups. But, I mean, this is a Saturday night. It's 5v7. Got Flavor and Nordics are the only guys on this team that are have potential. Relatively speaking, a very boring, very frustrating tier. So if I see Toastman and his squad, and I think his squad is like, here's the thing. People don't realize this. I don't have a list. I don't have like a specific, like, okay, I keep like a spreadsheet of all the people I don't like. Like, I just recognize people. I got that kind of trivia autism where just because I've seen Got Flavor tonight, I'm going to recognize them in the future. Toastman squad is usually Toastman, Icarus, Komodo Meerkat, Spicy Sauced HD, or I think it might just be Spicy Sauce. One Bullet 95 is somewhere in there some of the time. And there's like two other guys that I can't remember the names of, but that are, if I see them together, I'm like, oh, okay, yep, I see what's going on here. Or I just go in and be like, okay, cool. If I see him playing this tier, I want to play the enemy team, at least in the Saber, or at least in something. I'll get something I can look at and go, yeah, that was like kind of fun, or like, got some brain activation to it. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. Getting up on chat though here, we got 6 players, 6 viewers. Let's see. Redford Foft because the grind is hard and boring. It got 10 seconds and he died. Pain went up and he left. I mean, I've seen old Robert Redford multiple times. It's one of those names I recognize. It, in all honesty, doesn't. It stands out in the fact that I recognize it. It doesn't stand out in anything that he does is so far out of the ordinary that I'm like, yeah, we should like go make this guy explode. Like there's no reason for me to want to blow him up more than just like, oh, I recognize this player. If he did something like where you get behind him and he J's out, or if he's like an Ariette only player where he only plays like the top of the BR, if he's like 10-1 KD or something, then neuron activation, sure. But he's just one on a list of many that. Not a bad dude. I don't know. He's just playing the game. Like, I don't know. The same thing with like this a bunch of X's and a bunch of sevens guy. This guy plays Yaks. He plays, I think, from this BR. He's going to be in the area, not area, the Secretario would be my guess. I saw him last night. He's got virtual pilot and whatever. Like, generic dude. Recognize him. Could go in, shoot him. Not really, doesn't really matter. I think I did hit the allergen count on this orange peel here. Magno line, a very similar story. I might play a little bit of. Let me look at. I haven't played SU30 tonight. So SU30, we're looking at top tier right now. We've got 2 Denmarks and a Spain. Spain is 6v6. Balanced teams, more or less. Denmark 5v8. And another Denmark. Basically, same odds. Neo Django, another guy I recognize. Doesn't ring a bell. Like, I blow him up a couple times. Just does the thing. Like I don't really, like, I fault people for being filthy, dirty, rotten quitters, but it's literally like the most logical reaction based on the way the game's structured. Same thing with TDST. TDST is recognizable. Let's see if did we get to spading the 109s, because I did want to play the 109s tonight. We got engine. I think when that game ends, we'll get to that. So we'll get that in the engine injection hopefully soon. So let's go look at the 109 games. Because I know as much as people love watching me click through the screen, it does get rather boring. Magno, Dover Strait. I'm going to go to Dover Strait again just because it has more, or not Dover Strait, Ruhr. Go back to this game. Milkman asked me, what do I think about Jax Vexed? Jax Vexed is, actually, I've dueled him in the past. He was probably a year and a half ago. He's on my notional list for being an Ariette shitter. That's his claim to fame. He plays a lot of Ariette all the time, like every day. Like, every solution is play the Ariette. There was a game a long time ago, or basically I was making fun of Ariette players of being bad, and I did duel Jax Vexed. And I did it in front of Komodo Meerkat was another guy that was in the area at the same time. He wanted to watch, but he didn't want to play, which is, I don't know, odd. I think maybe he thought that he was going to be in a Diddy Kong Racing style video of like me blowing up some random dude. But I dueled at Jax Vexed in Ariette, and he basically lost every time. And then he wanted to do Yak 15, and it was kind of very much the same story. And I never made a video out of it because I've had stuff like that happen frequently enough that, like, you have to be exceptionally vocal and arrogant about like the way you come across to actually get a video. I'm not just making videos about every random dude I like challenge to an ego duel. Jax Vexed, in defense of him, he doesn't play Ariete explicitly on only the days where it's 8.0 to 9.0. Like, that dude will play it to 10.3. That dude, like, plays it all the time. Like, the way I kind of view him, like, that dude's probably, like, 35, 36 years old. And he likes a playing that is consistent and consistently easy, but he's not necessarily going out of his way to play it explicitly where it's just like completely busted and broken. And I've seen him at least try other planes over the past year where like he registers on the list, but he's like 2/3 to 3/4 of the way down it. It just like if nobody is there, Jax Vex, like he'll at least turn in the same direction and makes an attempt. The other thing in defense of him, like, he'll die, and you can kill him, and he'll respawn, and he'll keep playing. Which is kind of, like, as much as you can reasonably ask of people. Is, go back to Starship Troopers here, the thing is, everyone fights, nobody quits. So I spams Ariete and spams Yak 15, but I mean, he's at number one, not unbeatable in any of those planes, and he's also not exclusively 100% of the time in those at tiers where nothing has a counter to him. It can be very close to that, and you might think that, but like I've seen him at 10-3 in the area, which is it's obnoxious in stuff like when you're in the FAU and you get in a low speed fight with something else, and then he like glues himself to your like behind you and then shoots you down. But it's like at that point, what can you ask? You at least have like a definitive advantage that you can use, and it's really no different than playing other planes when a A6M or whatever kind of bullshit turning mobile is present. Like, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your energy state, and be aware of like what you have to do to kind of get away. So like, overall on the 1 to go fuck yourself scale, he rates a solid like 3.5 out of 10, maybe 4. Like, I think I've seen him in the new Italian MB straight wing trainer plane, which I think is really, really good at 7.0, but also like he plays those tiers that nobody else does too. And he's not like one of these other guys. One of the other guys that kind of track is some guy named Lisa Schultz, who he only plays down-tiered planes, best of the BR. Sees opposition, leaves. Like, that guy's whole interaction with the game is to get a kill-to-death ratio. Like, Jax, like, plays things that I don't necessarily like, but he plays like a normal player, or the way a normal player should, so, like, I'll like, I don't have to like people to give them credit where credit's due. Like, I'll even go out of my way to be like, oh, Lance Lynx is a fucking retard, but also in the last couple of games I've played against him, he has stuck around for some of them, but also just sat on the runway for others and just got blown up, so like it kind of Got a guy there. Oh, this is actually a different game now because I have no kills. Thought this was the same one that I joined, so I can go figure. We got surveillance C5. We got a cover. We do got to look at the chat here again. People be sending me pictures of sushi and I can't afford it. You just make sushi at home. Joseph says the guy wants to push the area to the limit, so what? LOL. Says he did the same thing with the 190D. I mean, like, my hot take is, well, I've already said my 64-minute rant on Jack Specs, which is just kind of like, he exists and he plays the things that he likes. It's in the same kind of relative space I think that Greek Air Force is, where Greek plays the things that he likes. The things that he likes are usually pretty strong for the BR, to middle of the road, but present some kind of skill check. Like, some people will say the G55S is a really good plane at 5.0, and my argument would be like, it really isn't. It's got good dive speed, it's got okay climb, its speed in level flight is pretty abysmal. Its maneuverability is the bottom of the top third, so it's more maneuverable in probably 2/3 of things, but the things that's more maneuverable in, it's slower than. That, like, I don't fault Greek for playing the G55S, or most of the things he plays. I got Albatross with guns here, or W guns. I wonder if he's in the voice chat. Might be here. Give him. Go down here, free squish. Whatever. I'll join the PvE enjoyers thing, and if he joins, he joins. If he don't, he don't, and it'll be fine. Get the points for the cap zone here. I get 600 points though. I got 200 points. Abysmal. So, that's gonna be the Leadell Gordo. Or it'll be the bomber we're supposed to cover. Yeah, it's a bomber friendly. Womp, 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 womp. Like, I would say there really isn't a lot to pushing the area to its limits. Like, it's either A, you're faster than the plane, or you're not. And if you're not faster than it, you have nothing that you really do. It's a very, what I would consider like a binary matchup. Zeros are a binary matchup against most things. Key 43, very binary matchup. The way you counter them is very formulaic, but if you don't have the components to build the formula, you just lose. Ariete against anything 9.0, you have no building blocks to work with. Someone who's really ambitious might say that you can do a rolling scissors defense at high speeds with the Saber. That really ends with you getting a little bit slower, them looping around you and then blowing you up. Like, there's no meat there to actually work with. That's why, like, I kind of like MiG-15 BIS, F-86 Sabres, G-91, all of those planes at that tier, they all have, roughly speaking, very similar overall performance, where the 15 having bottom-mounted guns, poor roll rate but very good low-end acceleration, and all that stuff. Like, it kind of evens itself out, so you can have like a pretty reasonably dynamic fight where area, there is no dynamics to it. Just like hope the guy sucks and you win, and if he doesn't, you just lose. And like not even like sucks, like just like knows how to turn in a single direction. That's why I play a lot of props too. Is I feel the dynamics for props has like the range is narrower. Unfortunately, this game is dead. I'm gonna get a kill and I'm gonna go find a new game because this is very, very, very slow. Unfortunately, I was hoping to be a little bit more alive. Okay, so I'm gonna. So we have Master 789. He asked I think a common question. I have I'll craft a response to it real quick. I gotta actually look at it in chat though, because he asked, "Isn't it normal to like strong vehicles anyway? I don't get why people get pissed off about that kind of thing." I think there's some nuance to that. I think you have to understand the context that a lot of the sim community sees themselves in, where I don't necessarily think that liking the strongest vehicle for the BR is inherently wrong. Like the game definitely feeds you into doing that, but it's also trying to, you get to the point you get really weird situations where guys identify their kill to death ratio, etc., as a quantifier of skill. You get to this idea that people want historical matchups, or on paper people want historical matchups. So something like if you want to take it to like very, very like the extreme conclusion, ME163 versus P51D5 is, in a very technical sense, a historical matchup. The ME163 just like is better in game, like more maneuverable, better acceleration, basically double the effective top speed. Everyone wants to envision themselves as being in the better end of the the stewardess of the community, where the game actually kind of like rewards playing the strongest for the BR. Where if you actually did have historical matchups, it'd just be a lot of people trying to QME 163s and P51D5 players going, yeah, there ain't jack shit I can do. There's nothing I can do. This is fucking garbage. Same thing with K84 versus P51D5 is another good example, to even a lesser extent. The way the K84 is modeled in game is overall just immeasurably better. Where you kind of have to ask yourself, when guys say they want a thing, are they going to stick around and be on the negative receiving end of the thing that they asked for? This was kind of a question that I asked with the multipathing changes, where I kind of asked rhetorically of what's going to happen when they reduce multipathing, and the guys that thought that they would all of a sudden become extremely effective in the game, their expectations were not met, and they have slowly kind of trickled away from the game. What happens to the people that remain? And what has happened to the people that remain is that basically maps that reward multipathing, maps that are easier to multipath on, maps that have objective structures that are a little bit easier to deal with, that's the dominant kind of end result, where the guys that thought that the only thing holding them back was basically everyone else being able to exploit a simplified understanding of air combat, where they did the research, they watched Art of the Kill and all this kind of nonsense on YouTube, and thought it translated it into actual kind of like mechanical ability that those guys don't play. And we are in a meta that is not worse than what we had before, but it's like, it's just bad in different ways. So, and you kind of look at the big trend of these guys that, if you look at the trends in top tier over probably the past year and a half or so, about 2 years ago, American planes were by and large much more popular than everything else that ended up on the enemy team by an extremely wide margin. The argument at the time was that American planes have more media presence. They're more popular because more people know them. War Thunder is more popular in the West than the East. A bunch of reasons for that were not related to the balance of the game, that weren't related to the kind of monkey see, monkey do concept of, I do good in a plane, so I play the plane more. And if you're average skill, you're going to do good in planes that are good for the BR. That's like a pretty logical, I think, conclusion, where you do get that feedback loop. Now, if you look at it today, where we have this perception that the SU-30, the SM-2, this plane here is the best top tier plane right now, by most people's accounts, and I don't actually think that's wrong. If I was going to rank top tier planes, I would say it depends. So number one, you have to look at things within a range of, like, what can a good player get out of it? What can the average player get out of it? What can a bad player get out of it? And I think the SU-30 SM-2 probably has, at this point, the highest median performance. Whereas if you are within that plus or minus range of average, you will do consistently well in it. You have very good missiles. You have a very good radar. The weaknesses of the radar, specifically its up and down limits, probably don't affect you that much, especially if you're doing Iron Dome, shoot down all the missiles meta, where this plane is good enough where it has the highest median. You join a game and you have a good number of median players where you kind of all reinforce each other. Where, like, the SM-2 is effectively the best plane in the game right now. Not by a super duper wide margin, but by enough that I think the perception is kind of sort of accurate. You followed up with the Rafale and the Eurofighter, and both those planes are incredibly good. The AZA Eurofighter is amazing. I love the radar. It's perfect in every way except for the radar warning receiver bug, where the RWR just randomly doesn't work against ARHs, and you could work around that if you pay attention to your radar, but most people don't have 3 joysticks where they're doing the left and right of the radar, the up and down, and manually selecting cursors, where that learning curve is something unto itself, where those planes are maybe a little bit more comparable at the higher end of the median scale, but at the lower end of the scale they have some drawbacks. But you look at top tier right now, and we got one game. It's Denmark. So this is a flat map. This is going to be predominantly people multipathing. I could join this. This guy here, I recognize him from the other day. He's going to J out when you shoot him. He'll get pushed back to his spawn. He's going to be flying a bajillion meters in whatever there is. We go down to the other Denmark. It's same thing, 8 versus 12. So tonight we actually do have a little bit higher of a blue player content, which is actually surprising because most recently I've seen more red side players. So this is actually this is different. This is actually a good counter example to me going, aha, I'm always right. We go here. The same thing. But the only thing we only really have a sample size of 3 games. I think that if I was going to ruin a game, make it bad, this Denmark would be the best option. But I think predominantly, if you kind of watch the games throughout the day, I think you'll see a much more closer balance between red and blue side, and you'll actually see points where red side just has more players. But I do have to use the bathroom, so I will be back. I cannot overstate how much I love beer. I love beer. Beer is good. Okay, let's see what we got. What do we got here? Let's go back to the thing. Go to the thing. I got chat to catch up on. You guys tuned in for gameplay, and I'm not doing any of the gameplay. Let me fix that real quick. We got Spain. Man, I don't want to play Denmark though. I just, oh my god. This is the lobby I was just in. It split. All right, we're gonna spade the G10 in this lobby. Trust. Okay, so let me catch up on what the heck is going on here. Matt, I already responded to Master's comment. So Joseph says Greek Air Force is an old average standard player. Like I think Greek is just a standard that I would use for just a good experienced player who doesn't really have like they'll be like, oh my god, Greek Air Force. Okay, this game is. Oh my god, I can't find a game. This is horrible. Like I'm gonna fly out. These guys are bombing. That's not good. Greek is a good standard for like just a very generic experienced player that has a lot of hours. That doesn't. He's got an ego, but it's really like pretty minor compared to I think a lot of people. Like, I don't think I've ever been able to bait Greek Air Force into doing a 1 versus 1. I don't think I've ever really had that desire to do that. Yeah, let's go. Fucking blow. Oh my god. I don't want to play Denmark, though. I hate Denmark. You know what? I'm going to go kill Sky Blazer. That's my goal. I'm going to blow up Sky Blazer. Fuck that guy. So I think Greek is Greek's a good guy to have on the enemy team. Master says historical matchmaking would be terrible. He says no matter what way you kind of splice things together, there will always be a meta vehicle. And I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with the fact that there will always be a meta vehicle, but there's layers to it too. There's differences of like minor differences versus major differences where there are certain tiers of the game that are just inherently better to play in because even though there's a meta vehicle, that meta vehicle is not overwhelmingly stronger than everything else in every single regard in a way that people just like can't play against or just don't want to. Like the reason you see a lot of activity at Propeller BRs for the most part is because although planes like the Key 84, the Key 61, those planes can be meta defining. Key 84 more so than I think the Key 61. There are planes that have advantages over them. It's possible, even at 5.0, to find a plane that's either faster than the Key 84 in something like the form of the P-51 D-10, or find something that's more maneuverable and climbs better in the form of like the Spitfire LF Mark 9. Whereas use the Ariete as kind of the lowest hanging fruit, the most egregious example. Like the Ariete's the fastest, the best accelerating, the best climbing, and the best turning plane for the BR, and might only be limited in roll rate. Like the advantages that the Ariete enjoys over literally everything else are so far beyond anything that BR is dead, and that BR is dead for not just that only reason, because most of the players at that BR are also bombers and whatnot. So that's another kind of like a binary type matchup where you got a plane that's slightly the same speed as the bomber going 950 kph, and you go behind a 23 millimeter because the only place you can approach is from direct rear, and you get blown up. Like there's not like not a lot of dynamics there. It's the same thing of like the at 5.7, I think probably the best plane in the game is the F4U-4B Corsair. At the same time, the 4B is not so overwhelmingly good that if you're in a 1-9 K4, you have to avoid getting into a dogfight with the F4U-4B. It's not overwhelmingly so much faster that you will never ever catch it at all, where you should just not chase it, in kind of like the same way that some other stuff is. Okay, so that guy's dead. Like my kind of like opinion on balancing the game is like it's difficult to do, to be honest. And the reason I say that is like you can't just Be like, yeah, we're gonna ask people that we say, like, we're gonna ask good players what they think the game should be balanced on. Because this is a question for chat. How do you define what a good player is? Like, what are the circumstances for being good at the game? In a very like technical sense, there are some guys that can effectively use very minor advantages in top speed and advantages in dive speed to be meet the bar for effectiveness in a game. So the D5, the P51 D5, I think is a kind of a good example of this. Of like, it is very technically faster than a lot of things. It also takes forever to get there. But if you just stay at that speed, play 7,000 meters above, etc., take very, be very, very, very selective on what kind of fights you take, you can make the plane work. Technically speaking, be like, well, it's a good plane for 5.0, because the K84 will never ever catch you if you just sit at your top speed the whole game. Also, you will get one kill every like 30 minutes. But I mean, if you just never die, that's a bar for effectiveness. At the same time, guys will at the lower end will say that the zeros are overpowered because they turn well and they can be in a plane that has a massive advantage in top speed, that they just never react in time to take advantage of that. So there's kind of like a thing of like what actually happens when you put the council of good players together to decide things, and they're not going to agree on anything. Like I think a good example of this is there's a guy, the Polish Saber, the Prizibist. We had this argument like probably a year to 2 years ago where he was arguing that American planes are under-tiered because he had a really good high kill-to-death ratio in the P-47 D-25 by up-tiering. And what he was doing is he was basically climbing to high altitudes, like 8,000 meters, and fighting people that would climb up to him. And that was kind of his argument. I was like, well, you'll never get to a cap point with that. Like, you're just not going to do anything. I might be dying to a 9M here. I think that's a 9M. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. I lived. That, like, I would argue the D-25, the P-47 at, if you put it to 5.0, 5.3, whatever you wanted it to be at, like, it's literally bad for every player that doesn't do stuff at 1 bajillion meters. Okay, that was cool. I'm dead. No, I died! Oh my god. So even in theory, you'd have to balance the game around, like, what's a reasonable expectation of people to do? Like, let me pull up another example here. So I gotta. Okay, I gotta respond to that. I'm gonna go down here, go down. Let me catch up on the chat here. Okay, so I'm going to... Joseph, I see your replies. I am not ignoring them, but I'm not going to read everything off and respond directly to it. Milkman says he played the British Venom F before and it felt very strong against the Ariete. So, it's not actually strong against the Ariete, but it competes in the turn department enough that usually Ariete guys are so used to winning very easily that, like, they never understand the geometry of a turn fight to an extent that they actually, like, know what they're doing. And the Venom's a very good plane to kind of exploit that. The straight wings, high lift ratio, the fact that it actually is kind of slow will typically force overshoots. And if they do just try to blindly turn in the same direction, they're at least... The way to counter it is to kind of energy fight it. And when I say energy fight, I don't mean like strictly like boom and zoom, like, oh, you have to run away and like climb above it. But you can do your turns, but you add a vertical component to it where you kind of do this vertical spiral where you eventually get the Venom to stall itself out. It's something that's pretty... It's not hard to do, but you have to know at least something. But an Ariete that just decides to run away from you, you just kind of like sit behind it and go, well, I'm just here. But that's the reason the Venom feels like pretty good at it. Also, the Venom has like pretty decent guns, like high velocity. You get some damage on the guy, you flat spin, and you're fine. Overall, like, I like the Venom. It's a turn fighter. I have a video on it, and I stopped doing videos for that tier. Like, there just isn't... There's no games. There's nothing to do. We searched for like 3 weeks to find something to talk about. So, I think the Venom is good. It doesn't counter the Ariete, but Ariete players, it's a catch-22. A lot of things the sim are catch-22s. Like, guys go for the Ariete because it's easy. They go for it because it's the best. Also, because you're flying something that is so forgiving, you don't recognize your mistakes because you've made 3 mistakes in the Ariete against the average player and you recover from it that, like, you're never punished for it. So you get a good player in Ariete at 9.0, 9.3, and I can kind of, like, just obliterate you. Like, if you learn very basic lag turn trajectory, so passive, rate fighting, base geometry, in the Ariete, that makes you basically invincible in regards to a 1 versus 1 style fight. But most of these guys never learn that. Like they're attracted to the plane because they do good in it. They do good in it because the plane is very forgiving, and because they get forgiven so many times, when they do make a mistake, they actually make 3 mistakes, and they compound the mistakes. So they're not necessarily hard to deal with on an individual level. At the same time, usually when you do get these guys, you kill them about once or twice in something that is worse, and they quit the game and they find a new game where they can kind of farm kills for. So they're not going to get better anytime soon, but you're also not going to get better at your sabers or whatnot because you're not going to be able to fight them. So you blow them up twice in your saber, and then you're chasing TU whatever the hell it's TU 4s or TU 14s or whatever the Russian jet bomber is, that tier. That you don't get better, they don't get better. You're just kind of like splitting the lobbies between each other, and just like it's kind of like, it sucks. I hate that. I hate that dynamic of Sim so much. It's one of the worst possible dynamics because you have whole entire ranges of the game that are just very, very fun, have the potential to be fun, but just aren't and can't be. And there's no like, I don't know. I like the way to solve it is through custom games. At the same time, the custom game scene for Sim is basically limited to 1 versus 1s. So, like, good luck. Denmark. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill! Yay! So I'm gonna put him at 60 degrees if this doesn't hit. Hit. Come on. There we go. We did it. I love Denmark. Got a Gripen. 25 kilometers. I believe in the ability of the top-down missile. Come on, top-down missile, go. Top-down missile, go. Top-down missile, go. Top-down missile. No, I guess top-down missile doesn't work. Or he Jade out. I'll know when he hits the water. Nope, got flares there. Hey, look, he crashed. Multipath. Gripen, gripper. We got the gripper grabber. I'm shooting a missile at that guy too, just in case he fucking turns around at the wrong time. It's Jijabo. No slurs. Streaming. Also, I have you like your volume turned down very, very low because.
Okay, there we go. I got my microphone.
Alright, let's go. Blow him up, blow him up, blow him up, blow him up.
Slop your Denmark.
Yeah, they're down to like 4 people.
Truly a man of taste over here.
So I will catch up on chat. Let me die, and then we'll be good.
I need one on one thing.
I think it's only 9, so I'm not like basically got like 3/4 of the sim population here. Bro, I thought I shot a GS-39 and give me F-16C.
It's a split lobby. That sucks. I'll go enjoy it. This is an entirely different lobby.
I mean, I'm 9-1. I am like drunk. Not even like, oh, I'm drinking a little bit. Like, this is... whatever. I'm gonna kill Sky Blazer.
Sucks, man. It's a split lobby.
I mean, I'll retib and catch up on the chitty chat.
Money anyways, I'm gonna go load up a ground game. So, go ball out.
Joseph asks, so how can you gauge how good you are in contrast to... I have a big stupid line. To the average, per every match. I also come to Master 789. I'll address your question too. If you want to go with stats to define someone as good or not, then I think at least a dogshit metric and skills is kills per match. Okay. So I'll respond to these questions. I didn't read them quite correctly. I want to fly back to the base, and I have the girly bladder, so I'm going to go pee-pee. I'll respond to them. Beer. I love beer. let me sit down and answer this. It's not super duper. Let me answer this question. This actually is like so the whole concept of what does it mean to be good in the video game is actually like
Basically, you just hold her around against the other people.
let me find the airfield here because it's over this way. Sorry, I got the burps. So there's not a single metric that you can use to quantify what it means to be good, because all of the metrics that you can track via stats can be gamed. Less so in AirRB, more so in Sim. The RB community, though, has a better understanding of what it means to be good at the game at higher levels than the SP community. And one of the, I think, reasons for this, and I don't want to toot my own horn because I know you're like, oh my god, the game is exactly the way it is because I was so smart and intelligent. But in the first iteration of my Discord server, Free Squish 1, we basically kind of approached the game with that kind of core question, like, what does it mean to be good? And at the time, there were elite AirRB squadrons where the metric was kill to death ratio, win rate, and whatnot. And because of the stream sniping thing, because there was rewards on like Pure X and Pure R, quote-unquote elite squadrons, and there was rewards on myself and other people that streamed as well. There's rewards on Adam, and basically, without really explicitly asking the question, we did ask basically, like, what does it mean to be good at the game? And the answer is it's debatable, but if you kind of look at things like holistically, it's kind of like the ability to adapt to changes as they happen. Being able to not necessarily be tied to playing a specific battle rating or a specific plane to game the matchmaker system to make automatic wins. At the same time, dueling isn't necessarily the ultimate measure of skill, but it ends up being a much better estimator of skill. At the same time, with AirRB, the reason that kills per battle became a big thing is in large part because of my initial server and kind of how that spread out. The idea that kill to death ratio like literally just like doesn't matter. Like obviously getting 1 kill per battle and having 10-to-1 kill to death ratio and sub 50% win rate means that you are effectively worse for your team than a guy that goes full commit head-ons with the first 2 things that he sees, where he gets a 51% win ratio. Like, your game impact is very low. But the reason these conversations even took place in the first place is due to the way the game existed basically 6 years ago, where my kind of I don't want to say
Power, the Harrier.
no, not even Harrier. Like, it was way before that. My claim to fame was basically trying to get people to kill other good players in the game to claim them for points and motivate people to fight against players like Defen, to fight against players like Adam514 or Green Fury, and all the like people that we thought were good at the time. Instead of going, oh, this guy's like on the enemy team, we're doomed. Oh my god, this is like. My answer to that was like, no, do everything you can in your power to go fucking kill this guy. Like, he does the old side to side, shoot all your ammo at him, and he does the side to side. See what happens. where through trial and error, through the motivation of the grand unifying theory of fuck that guy, the discussion in ARB is like actually, in a lot of ways, a lot more elevated than the way that it was in Sim when I first joined, where kill to death ratio was a signifier of how good we were. When I had first joined Sim, I had guys like you're bad. Your kill to death ratio is only 4-1. My kill to death ratio is 10. I'm like, yep. Like, I literally saw through that shit. Like the first day, I'm like, yeah, you're playing in a 4-person squad and playing super cautiously. It doesn't like you can play that way. That's fine. But there are some benefits and some drawbacks to that I think in probably the past 2 to 3 years we have a similar nuance in the understanding of like what makes someone good at air sim that didn't exist before. Now let me catch punch out again.
The moment I look away, then I get shot at. I love ground gaming so much. But a 300% boost run gives me Attica.
Hey, we're on Denmark. It's down to 2 people. Wow, and it's a Saturday night? This is horrible. I should have bought like 2 6-packs. Oh, alright, Skyblaze is gone. This guy's gone. This game's over. I'm leaving this. KD suffering. Boring. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see what's going on. We got Valentine's Day. It's 8 o'clock for me. I'm going to tell you how much I love all 10 of my viewers.
Bad Valentine's Day.
Joseph ask, well, he basically says, maybe how good you are is the wrong question. The question is, are you better? To me, I use 1 versus 1 dueling as the ultimate quantifier of skill.
Game sucked, only gain 95k.
Just for the sake that everything else is... You can make the argument, like, okay, you're better at situational awareness and better at all that stuff. Like, 1 versus 1 symmetrical duels is a skill check and a knowledge check at the same time, where if you are good at that, you have the mental capacity to be good at all the other game modes. And because it's a simple, straight across the board, like, these are the results. To me, that's like that's good enough. That's as good as we are going to get. Like, I can make the argument. So, for instance, I think 4 days ago, 5 days ago, a week ago. So maybe 2.5 weeks ago, I dueled a guy named Jot, random numbers Indian guy, and he was better at 1 versus 1 than I was. In the planes that I had, and I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I was like handicapping myself with like shit planes or whatnot, because like I don't necessarily, I don't care about that. Like, my answer is, if I take the plane, I should just fucking win in it. Like that's my answer to everything. And I did do better in the 1v1. And he's a friend of Lance Lynx, and I fought against him, and it was J10 and Mirage 2000, I think 4 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. And we did get to the merge into a dogfight, and I think pretty much it happened 4 times or 3 times, and I did win all of those. In a plane that is technically worse. Now, I could make the argument that I am better, and I would argue that I am better because I'm me, and I'll just argue that I'm better anyways because I'm the GOAT, the best, because you gotta be your number one biggest fan. His dogfighting experience in 1v1 didn't hurt him, but like there were things that I did against him where I could make the argument like I am the best 1 versus 1 player if you just throw a shitty situation at me that I can react to it like quick enough to figure something out that works. Quantifying that in actual like real terms is dumb and stupid and like can't be done. I can also make the argument that like, oh well, my match impact is really really good. But I don't want to make arguments for myself to say that I'm the best ever. Like, I feel that is a very conceited position to have. I'd rather have other people make the argument of whether or not I'm good or bad and see what they say. Because, like I play the way that I do, and I don't really... I care, but it doesn't, like, I don't know, man, like, I don't know if it matters to me that much. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be the best. I have not reached the character arc where I need to be better at spotting people and notching and re-engaging than Simply Sinful. I can compete. I'm pretty good at it. If I lock in and do really well, it's probably 75% of the time we will get to the merge, and then it comes down to who has the position and better play in fuel state. If we really lock in, but I say consistently, on a consistent basis, he's just better at top tier than I am. At the same time, I fluctuate between all of the tiers that, like, not trying to make excuses, and just like it is what it is. Like, I've got time. Like, I can play 4-3-5-3 Magno, and 4-3-5-3 Magno. This might be fun. I might go in here and spade the plane. So for me, trying to quantify this is, obviously I'm the best. Anyone that beats me cheats. Anyone that loses to me is bad. But realistically speaking, it's hard to say.
But you're gonna play 4.0 soon?
I think I'm in 5.3 right now.
8. Okay, go ahead and have something for Tuesday. 8-4,
try. I'm probably gonna go back to top tier because I think this is bleak and boring.
Dover straight
I mean, I was in a bold and like I just looked at the scoreboard and these guys have no kills, so
3.0, 4.0. I need RB, and I don't want to play RB.
I want to go win at Spain. I want to go win at Spain.
This might be awful, not gonna lie. I think the method is gonna be play the premium horde and get the planet one.
So Master789 asked a very well, that doesn't ask. It's not a question. It's a statement, actually. Master, I'm going to respond to your statement, but for me to do it, I have to read it again. Let me get a sortie out, so I'll talk about playing the game for a bit. Because I think the thing that you said is interesting, but also not fully informed. Because I have enough experience in this kind of space to talk about it in a way that's interesting, I think.
All F2s and 15Ks. Cool.
Because I think your comment, if I've scanned it correctly, is in relation to Defin being good at RRB but bad at dueling. Where a player who's good at dueling would beat Defin in a duel, but be bad at aerialistic battles. And I think that conceptualization is, at its core, kind of. I'm gonna say it's wrong. I would say 60% wrong, though, not like 90% or like confidently wrong, because I don't think you're actually misunderstanding anything. But I'm gonna, for the sake of like being definitive and not like walking a line of like trying to be polite and be like, oh, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, but very polite. Well, I'll just tell you you're wrong. It doesn't really matter, because I think if you look at Defin's dueling experience, like he's not actually like bad at the 1-versus-1 thing, and he's not been unreceptive to applying and learning 1-versus-1 tactics and then applying it to gameplay. And I would argue that the guys that are good at 1-versus-1s who've applied the same kind of learning techniques to gameplay have ultimately been better than Defin at specific battle ratings, not across the board. And the same kind of learning techniques that Defin is applying to ARRB are very similar to the learning techniques you'd apply to duels and everything else, where the thing that matters isn't the result, but the ability of learning how to learn. That'd be my kind of like my short end of the hot take here. Granted, I am flying top tier. I'm gonna shoot a bunch of fucking missiles at dudes, so good fucking luck. Guy's 25 kilometers away. You know what? Don Carnage kills himself. I think I got one. I shouldn't fucking hit, but okay. I mean, good on that guy, like, not getting obliterated in the 15E. So, Master789 says, the problem with dueling is that it's very specific. People like Devin probably get beaten by way weaker players in scenarios just by the fact that they practice it a lot. In all honesty, that actually is the case. It's the case, but in a very, very narrow set of circumstances that actually don't apply to the person that you're seeing. Most people that are good enough to beat Defin in a duel are also good enough to realize the effort that goes into analyzing a specific subject, where guys can be good at dueling and realize that doesn't necessarily translate to ARB 100% of the time. Where dueling in ARB, even in Sim, is like a good thing to have. It's a good way to understand the game. It's a good way to understand specific matchups and get you out of situations that are difficult. But also, the part about dueling, and the part about like anything, is not so much the end result. Like, you don't have to be... The way to be good at dueling is not yank, stick back, I'm good, mechanically good. There's the effort that goes into dueling involves analyzing energy states, analyzing optimal angles of attack, like being very, very analytical about what's going on and then reacting to it. Where if you apply that same process to ARB, it will translate. But also vice versa. If you have that ability to analyze ARB to that similar extent, someone like Defin is actually not bad at dueling. There's a reason that when one of my friends, Finn McMissile, did like a Yak 3 video about how stupid it was. Defin's in the 4 versus 4 tournament, and like the way that he loses the duel isn't because he lost on trajectory, he lost on the fuel state, where he just ran out of gas, where he's like, yeah, this is fucking stupid, I never want to do this again, which is a fair assessment, to be honest. Like, he didn't lose on mechanical ability, like he didn't lose on like the ability to just not recognize when a plane had like a positional or angular advantage in a way that like mattered. Like, the dude is legitimately good enough at duels that he's like not bad. Like he's in ARB probably better than me at this point. Unless it's like a plane that I just love and like jerk off to. And in Sim, he loses because I play Sim. But that doesn't mean that he's bad, and it doesn't mean that he can't analyze Sim and just like figure out how to win at it. And that dude has enough joystick experience. Like, I think he'd be like pretty good in Sim. I think we could make him a good player, and depending on the tier, in the course of like a week to a week and a half. Granted, it's not that hard to be a good player in top tier Sim. But like, he's not so far behind that you need to be like, oh, ARB players are bad. Like, no, the mechanics of ARB are like identical to Sim. The interface is a little bit different. Like, and the interface kind of doesn't matter as much, especially at top tier. Why the fuck didn't Jerson leave? Dude, why the fuck... My god, fucking god. Bro, I need to go get more beer.
Might be the method. Like 3 bottles of Everclear.
3 bottles of Everclear kills you. You have 2.5.
Gosh. What's he?
No, I died.
That hits.
Okay, so let me find the let me find the video I want to show.
And I'm dead.
Okay, so we got a video coming up. I'm gonna switch it to display capture. I think it'll be fine. Here we'll cut that out. Cut that out. Whatever. We can go here. So if I cut the game capture, let's cut the game capture. Let's go to display capture. Going to show us what's going on. So this is a 4 versus 4 tournament, and 4 versus 4 tournaments are start with 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, and then 4 versus 4. And this is where Defin is actually in the game. And we're just gonna go here. I'm gonna show the real Yak 3 duel. Flat turn on the deck. It's all fast forwarded. So we got Matt in the background here. Matt's one of the OGs. Defin's in the background. You go back here, and you can see Defin be like, "Ah, I ran out of fuel."
No, I'm dead. Yeah, he still has fuel and I don't.
He still has fuel, and I don't.
That's it.
Might be the same for me here. Or not.
And he's gonna win based on the fact he has more gas
We win these.
and more
We win
altitude.
these. We win these. We win these.
Is he?
Been on back way before you were. Interesting.
Yeah.
Got Nuka in the background.
It's actually the most boring shit I've ever done. Boring shit I've ever done.
VT Hopon is Defin.
I bet that was
We win
probably
these.
his plan.
No, come on.
It's actually the most boring shit I've ever done. I'm not doing a second round.
Just mode.
I'm not doing a second round of this shit. It's actually the most
Come on,
boring
come on,
fucking
come on,
thing
come
I've
on,
done in my
come on,
entire
come on.
life.
They actually
Yes,
win this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They win this based on fuel.
It is.
Let's go.
Def would be in the background though, like he's never gonna do it again because it's fucking dumb. It sucks. It's horrible. It's dog shit. So like I don't know. But I mean that's the same thing I ran into like Sim. Like I don't know. Like, oh my god, I can respawn. I got Simply Sinful on my team. I can't go to the fridge and get more. Damn, this is the 6th beer.
It's not paper squish.
Dude, I wish I would have got more beer, but also, if I did, I'd kill myself. I'm gonna go get to the bathroom though.
Like Araby, so I can spade the BF-110. Oh, I've used MK1 weeds.
Okay, welcome to the Nifty channel, the place where I look at my pilot neck thing here. So I had a comment mentioning that like they couldn't see the video. Let me double check. So you guys should be able to see my gameplay here. So it's good. I say that as I have lost track of where my game is and my... Dude, I have crashed. Dude, I actually don't know. Like, oh my god, I can't find the game. It's not in the thing. Oh yeah, there we go. We found it. Oh, it's frozen.
The MK108, dude.
Oh, okay. I've crashed the game. I've crashed the game. Okay, let me cut the game capture. I'll cut this here.
I'm so dead. It's over.
So you didn't actually miss anything in gameplay. It was a guy flat turning with Yak 3 until fuel ran out, and I fast forwarded it to make it shorter, even though it was fast forwarded already. That was a tournament that Deffen played against a team that was the bottom of the top third at the time, maybe the number 3 team, but not because they were good, but because like nobody plays TSS. TSS like War Thunder's matchmaking system for TSS, like just like its time zone optimization is awful. It's not consistent enough that like it's not the thing that you think it is. It's not like the best of the best players are vying for competitiveness and to win and whatnot. Where like the best TSS players actually the best. Like no, the best TSS player like played TSS the most. That's where it exists at this point. Like there are guys that are.
They get cooked by a real shatter.
Let me get a game capture back up.
Squish, I just head onto Firefly. You just shrugged off like 8 MK108 hits.
If you head on something and it shrugged off 8 MK108 hits or whatever, you didn't hit it 8 times.
Well, I nuked a Firefly in the head on, and he just shrugged it off and kept flying.
You didn't nuke him in the head on then. You missed.
Yeah, I guess so.
You missed. You missed. Like, I don't know what to tell you. No, I won. He just survived. Like, no, I mean, he didn't. Like, he just missed.
Let go.
Alright, let me see if this puts the game back up for the thing. Why does it not do... I fucking hate... Why does it not do that?
I mean, granted, these are stock builds, but I mean...
You missed.
Still.
Okay, so I'm trying to solve you guys' black screen issue. And it's not... Go, whatever, I'll just go display capture. It's gonna suck. I think it's gonna... Whatever. You get display capture, but it doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter. Whatever.
I'm salty because of that, man. I'm trying to spade the BF-110 so I can play it, so...
So I'm trying to fix the game capture stuff. Now he's stuck. Oh my god, I hate how this. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna fucking shoot people in the R77. Once this game is like dead, I am gonna do something else because this is boring as hell. Actually, it's actually already boring.
I don't know, maybe props might be missing.
Well, there's not a lot to do in props though either.
Heavy fucking skill. Personally, I got a pretty good kick out of props.
He's a dude. It's a dude. It's a dude. I had to.
Time to get banned by US violations.
Well, there's nobody that actually reports though. They're not playing.
Hmm.
Didn't get nuked. What's going on?
Although I do want to know why Farfalex was banned because I think that'd be really, really funny if he got banned for solo queuing against Lancelings.
That's why.
Well, probably, like, I guess people just pinging on your server because of LANs links, and then the guy just joining afterwards. Like, if people are just taking screenshots on your Discord and using it as proof, it might be enough for them to do the silly and get a ban, like, permanently. Like, they banned Farlex permanently.
Did they?
Seems like-
Did they? Or is it like I until I see a reason, I don't. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to think that.
I believe it's permanent.
I don't believe that.
Probably
There's-
ask him, see if he tries to log into the game and it gives me like a timeout or like specific amount of time he's meant.
Well, he doesn't have the. He didn't get a message for it though either. I find it hard to believe that I would get banned for 3 days and then some fucking random dude who queues like one time solo gets permanently banned. Like, it'd be really funny if he did. That would be like maybe the most hilarious outcome for War Thunder Sim, where not to shit talk Farflex, but he's not one of those players that you see on the enemy team are like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fucking raped. Where like
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
you get permanently banned for being like slightly like a reasonable amount of above average.
Pretty funny if you got the Super Hornet. And the
I don't know. I have had the thought of banning all of the people that in my Discord that I think are just there to report.
Just ban anyone who doesn't participate whatsoever, just do another purge. Or just make it so that this fucking atheist at least ping on a, I don't know, like a fucking private fun police channel.
So I have a controversial opinion, and I you're not gonna like it. I have the consideration to ban Jote out of just like precaution.
I don't give a fuck if you ban him. Like, it's not like he's my best friend or anything. Fucking go for it. I don't care.
Personally, I just joined PC, but I like it.
Did that not hit, or did he just die to another guy? I think he died to another
You just
guy.
like to another guy.
Like, I know for a fact there's a guy from fucking what's his nuts, Toadspin's little squad that's like kind of there to like, he's stream sniping or not.
This fucking idiot trashed. Of course he did.
I mean, at the same time, I'm probably not gonna do anything until I get banned again.
I mean, what is it there to do? Make a funny video and showing like, wow, these guys are banning anyone who just use up against them.
Well, I mean, there's enough. I have enough information out there to like point out like they did the exact same thing to fucking like literally everyone they didn't like beforehand. Like literally, like turnabout is not fair play to these people.
Okay, these things hurt my thumb on the night. Okay, push drops. Cool.
fucking game masters at this point just doing bias-based moderation or whatever it's called.
Well, I want to see what they say to Farfalex first before I like jump on that like conclusion. It would be funny. It would be really, really funny.
I mean, for him.
Oh, I'm on fire. Whatever. I'm shooting fucking the rest of my missiles at one guy.
Why are these guys camping their own airfield?
Because they're good at the game. They're good.
Surely.
Master789 asked, did I open the Discord again? Let me open the Discord for a second and then regret it like immediately tomorrow.
8 billion people.
Well, it's gonna be like 3 people, but 2 of them are gonna be like, I love the Nazi Party and pedophilia.
And that's a quote, and...
Are you describing my server now?
I'm describing, like, literally just War Thunder in general. Like, holy fuck. Like, you just look at it and, like... I don't know. I watched some fucking dumbass video, like, today or yesterday about, like, minors e-dating old people. I'm like... I look at this shit and go, e-dating is not real, man. If you have to describe e-dating... I don't need, it's so far beyond me at this point. Like, I don't know how to, make fun of it. Like, it's, for me, that whole entire concept is, like, imagine if, Julius Caesar had to make fun of the theory of relativity. That's where it is for me. Like, it's just...
Holy, it's so jokes and nothing for me to go vehicle speed 25 runs away.
Damn, this guy be making me look bad on my own stream. He's got 11 kills and 1 death. I am minimizing my match impact here.
Min-maxing.
Dude, he joined after I did. Like, I've been slacking.
Like, the shit is easy. I'm just basically spawn camping their ass. Fuck them.
They're gonna quit. They're gonna quit. They're gonna quit.
Good. Fuck, they're gonna do report me.
They're not a part of a clan, so they can't mass report you.
Cool. Also, I'm here. Cover me. Oh, I need help.
Oh no, you're in front of the runway. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna shoot all my 77s. Like, one guy there.
Okay, I still managed to nail a friendly. Holy.
There's a Rafale. Spawn the Rafale.
I was diving down in a B-25, and I led just right to nail a friendly yak while he was diving. And I get the dogfight A-21 as my reward.
No, Ninjurison died. No.
Who?
The Ninjurison. Ninjurison. Bruh, why is top tier sim so dead on a, like, this is a Friday night or a Saturday? I think it's a Saturday night. It's a Saturday night.
F-18 here.
Yeah, I'm blowing up at the fall that's in front of me, so I'm gonna go north and shoot 16 missiles at two falls.
Tracking him with my radar while running away. This one is so fucking hilarious. Actual peak rage bait plane, gotta be honest. Nothing. Powerless. I'm gonna ask him to see if there's any reason for his van.
Does he know when he got banned? Maybe 410 to my collection.
Oh, joiners. We need to lock in and make them quit.
This is true.
Oh, you want a multi-path and a fall? How about you deal with all the missiles? Look, you
Yes.
died.
Are there any props in this game that can't go supersonic?
I'm gonna assume all shit that just loops in front of is just gonna miss. Oh, I actually don't think it's gonna happen, no. I have so many missiles around me. Oh, it don't work. Okay, I got a kill credit. Okay, take it. Okay, so question: what's the best anime I'm not watching right now? Because that's way better than discussing the game.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Already seen it.
Damn, okay.
Like, why would you, bruh? It's like asking like a film nerd if they've seen like Citizen Kane. I mean, like, I got a master's degree in filmography. I've never seen Citizen Kane and never heard of it.
Yes, or Whiplash or something, I don't know.
Wow, spawn camp for kills.
They have 3 runways, they could just spawn better.
You were ahead of me on that.
Like, also spawning is a choice. Like you just leave and go play BR where you can actually do better against I don't know, shitters to feed your ego. Because you're not gonna report them, are you?
I'm reporting anyone that kills me.
Of course, that's what everyone should do.
Right, where are you?
Go here, shoot all your missiles at me, please. Reported, preemptively. My cult of personality is reported you. I actually do need to gaslight people in your server to like go kill Heli Boy and then tell them that like it was me telling them to do that.
Pretty funny.
I mean, if you kill that, if you find that guy and kill him in anything and just say Squishface sends his regards, that dude's gonna like fucking cope his brains out. Like, it doesn't even have to be true. Like, I don't have to do anything. Just, like, see the guy, kill him, and then tell him it was me. Actually, it might even actually be funnier to say that it was, fucking Farfalex. I think it'd be funny if Farfalex gets banned. I'm gonna make Farfalex the mascot. Like, go blow up some fucking dude like Farfalex sends his regards. Because I think that'd be like that would be funnier.
I love War Thunder chat so much.
They're sort of all flying very slow inside the gap.
Now I've died against the game. Games like that is so fun. And
27 ER? Yep, still meta. Oh, I might have saved the capture point. Where are you, Squish?
Yeah, I got fucking a bunch of missiles coming at me.
Yeah, bunch of people. There's a 16 shooting at you. I'll recommit in a moment to fire at them.
Yeah, I got 25 kilometer fucking 2 at 120 off, so I'm gonna try to outrun a set of missiles, then counterfire, and then notch the second set.
Are you guys balling out right now?
Down. Holy mother of missiles. I think I might be cooked. Very cooked.
I have a lot of missiles coming at me, and
Yeah. Way too many missiles. Oh, these guys too. These guys are dying. What the fuck? These guys are bad. Like, there's no fucking way you would die to a fucking Russian pile of junk like this.
What are you using?
I'm right here. I'm starting to push at them. Damn, these guys are fucking bad.
I think he killed the guy that I shot at. I got one recommitting 25 kilometers from me. Kind of like over the ocean, bottom right airfield.
Yourself again?
Like here.
Oh, I found someone. Really hoping this one is going to hit. Come on, hit him.
Okay, I'm Ratib into the southern airfield. I might not actually make it there, so I might just like leave and jail. Yeah, go whatever. Fucking.
This plane is incredibly fucking nasty. Just gonna fire a missile at this guy. I'm gonna fly away while guiding my shit at him. Love that Russia actually makes good planes now.
You're the security.
We're copying each chat.
This is the guy I just killed. Rosa.
Fire 7 missiles and the guy is perfectly immune. Sounds about right. Oh. Notching while slow is actually easier. I don't know what this guy is talking about.
It's the hacker. He can invisibility.
Got an F-15 right here. And I'm RTV. No, he's firing shit at me. Oh, he's very high. There's an F-15 around here. Very high.
This guy's very mad.
Good. Who cares? Not me.
Bro.
Why do you bring a tank up to top here, bro?
Top Gun Marvin. Or Top Fun Marvin.
Top Gun Marvin? Who's
Yeah,
Marvin?
Top Fun Marvin. I don't know. Some guy.
Oh, this guy just died. Like, team killed him. Got kicked.
Oh, badly like depressing. Das ist beautiful night. Yep, yes. It's hard.
Well, he called you the R word.
TOS.
That's a bannable offense. That's TOS violation.
I'll make this video big.
What's up, bitches?
You're
Whoa.
bad at the game.
Of course I'm bad at the game. I am the shit. I'm the bad. I'm the horrible.
But you're a wife guy, so that's cringe and weird. Having someone who loves you for being a person. Gross, disgusting.
I have a wife? I have a social life? What?
Yeah, no, you have a wife. You're a wife guy. You don't have a life, you have a wife. A W-I-F-E.
I have both.
I'm a wife guy. Oh my god, I found someone who loves me. Stupid idiot.
Cringe. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
What a stupid idiot.
Stupid.
Holy, there's
And guys be like, oh, Squish is gonna go to bed. Here, better fucking join the VC.
You're popular.
I
man.
heard someone say wife guys on stream, so I had to join.
It's
Dude.
the white. It's the,
And
the
dude,
wife.
fucking like #1 wife guy. #1 wife guy here.
My name is Albatross, and I'm the #1 wife lover. I love my wife.
He is the white guy with a wife.
I'm the white guy with a wife.
Dude, unironically being the wife guy. Literally,
Man.
like, has achieved the thing that we should all strive for.
I love my wife so much.
No, I'm gonna go be the bathroom guy.
There you go.
I'm
Go take a
cringe.
piss, man. Some people call that, ingenuity.
I'm
Hard
actually
thinking.
shocked you made it to the runway, Squish.
Oh,
Actually, I'm really good at the
Gabagool.
game, if you didn't know.
not to toot my own horn or anything.
Not to toot my own horn. But, I'm like the best, and I do all the things. I know what an alpha indexer is. I can read it. I can read my accelerometer, my speedometer, my altimeter, and I can coordinate my rudder when I roll. So my mommy's proud of me.
Dude, that's actually unironically a really good impression of a nerd. That's impressive.
And on top of that, I'm like cracked in the fucking Typhoon. Like, I don't know why the F-15C pilots just suck, but they don't get the game. Maybe they should just turn better. Like, every time I get in the fucking gripping in the fucking Eurofighter, all the Euroconauts, I even got the Rafale. I paid like fucking $200 to fucking just fucking Golden Eagles it. And I don't get why like the American majors, they just got so angry all the time. Like I mean, they can pull like 60 AOA too.
This hurts. And there's no more wife talk, so I have to go.
God damn it.
Not worth it anymore.
It's not worth it anymore. There's no more wife talk. That's it. I'm done.
Clearly.
Oh no, I missed it. I had some stuff to say. I was like, he's like, oh no, there's no more wife talk. I'm like, we can talk about your wife, but we shouldn't.
Have I told you how great my wife is? Let me tell you how great my wife is.
True. Look at this guy.
I'll trust you.
Oh, look at this!
Sound
Look
like
at this guy!
crying.
Look at this guy being happy in his marriage. His firefighter wife carrying him to bed, getting ready to peg him.
When he started when he started talking, it's kind of like a fucking, what do you call this thing, Jehovah's Witnesses? Have you ever heard of our Lord and
Have you heard of my Lord and Savior, my wife?
I mean, your wife is all of our Lord and Saviors, okay? I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding.
No. It's okay. It's
Mean
okay.
and disgusting. I feel bad and gross.
Just making a PG-13 joke to say, because they do with all of Albatross's shit, and allows Albatross to play the Xbox still. Play PC still. See, and then it becomes a joke, and it doesn't become, like, weird and asshole. See, you just gotta play it
gosh, I forgot my chicken pot pie. Oh, crap, that's been going for a while.
Actually, chicken pot pie is, like, kind of slaps. I should figure out how to make, like, homemade chicken pot pie.
Dude, you should do it. It's banger. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat that.
Alright, go eat your wife, fucking loser.
Damn.
What a bum.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, I got a wife. Oh my god, I'm happily married. Nerd.
Yeah, but I was playing Eurocanard yesterday, and I terminated off, and I just don't get why everybody else is just underperforming. It's like,
shut up, Raymond. You have a loving wife. Go kill yourself.
I heard it on the stream. Roger. I'll go eat my wife.
True. Go eat your wife.
And then after that, I wanted to try to nerf myself. I wanted to pick a more challenging plane, so I picked the Griffin.
And then the Su-30.
And then
I'm in an SU-30 SF too, so this is not a challenging plane. This is fucking boring as fuck.
And then on the forum, and I was hearing all these F-16 pilots talking about how they're getting beat by like all of these other planes, and the F-16 is being outpaced by everything now. And it used to be the broken plane that could pull 50 AOA.
You gotta be real mad. Raymond, you gotta be real mad. You're gonna be real mad. You're gonna be real mad. You're gonna be real mad.
So
Raymond, you're gonna be real mad. You're gonna be real mad.
Huh?
You're gonna be real mad. Big mad. What if I told you I have the information required to buff the F-16 across the board?
Please don't tell me it's an instantaneous turn, because there's so many sources that say that fucking AOA stalls at 25 AOA. Like, why does it just need anything?
There's nothing to do with instantaneous turn. Like, the 25 AOA doesn't matter for instantaneous turn, because like that happens at higher speeds anyways. But how would you like it to just be better across the board, period? How would you like how would you like the plane to lose like 500 kilograms of weight?
Do it, because the planes at 12-3 suffer.
Oh, fuck off of that. Fuck off of that. That's
Bro, why is it my RWR has like warnings all around it? I'm drunk. Stop fucking shooting at me, assholes.
The last thing we need is for the F-16 to get broken as dicks again. When the F-16 was the broken as dicks plane. And it was like a handhold easy dodge fighter. It was good.
Kind of don't care.
It would be nice just to shit on Grippins in it again. That's about it. I remember when you got the Grippin nerf and then that shit got redacted like the next fucking day.
I don't know. The Grippin didn't get nerfed because of me. The Rafale did.
Rafale did. That's what it was.
And then they just found a crash report and picked the lowest of like the two weights and said that was the weight. Like the whole argument for the Rafale weight reduction was basically there were two Rafales that crashed. One was lighter than the other. The pilot in the first one was really fat, but also the fuel tank, the drop tank, was really bad, where it just had like extra fuel in it because France can't produce a drop tank for the shit. So pick the lower weight. Like, that was basically the argument. Like, two identical planes crashed with like identical fuel loads, and one was just like fucking super heavier than the other. Like you could put like a midget in one plane and fucking
John Cock in the other.
the fucking dude who played the Mountain for Game of Thrones as like the pilot for the other. Like I have a hard time buying this.
Switched it up to a full nerf, and then they buffed it right after.
I mean, it's still like it got buffed, but it didn't get like turned into like the bullshit that it used to be. So it's like it's not okay, but it's bad enough that people that aren't good just cope. And
PSV just hasn't played it since July 10th.
True. Well, that's because it was too overpowered.
It was a meta-defining plane.
I mean, I would say that we should just like spread out and ruin top tier sim and meta planes, but I mean, like, we don't have to try to do that. There's 2 games.
There's nothing to kill, bro.
I mean, there's stuff to kill. It's just like their best player is 5 and 11.
Damn.
Like I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. Like, this shit's like. Like, this is fucking horrible. Locking onto a guy and like have to like scan over to him to see that he's on fucking fire so I don't shoot and waste a missile.
It's how the game's supposed to be squished. Like Morvran says, man. Not all
Morvran doesn't fucking matter. That dude does not play the game. He does not touch the fucking game. Like, you are not seeing that guy in a game fucking goddamn ever. Like, that dude has no opinion. It's not even worth considering. Like, does not fucking play. Like, I'm sorry. I don't even have the effort to entertain these guys being like semi-serious. Like, you're not seeing them in a game.
Do you think he just like turns on his game just to like do one fly out so that he can have his activity for like once a month?
He plays more ARB than SB, and when he plays SB, he's like literally like fucking playing some fucking empty ass dog shit lobby. Like it's not even worth hunting him. It's not worth considering him. Like, that dude does not exist.
He's like another nimble target.
No, nimble target like exists. Like, nimble target exists. Like he will die at least twice and then quit. Morvran, you are not seeing that guy fucking one time in like every 3 months. Like, Nimble, you can join his game. He'll be 7-1, 8-1, 9-2, whatever the fuck. And then you can kill him 3 times and be like, I don't want to play anymore. Which is 3 times the game activity you see out of all these other motherfuckers. So I'll be like a nimble hater, but at least fucking accuse the game once.
Damn.
Like, this guy's fucking shooting all his goddamn missiles.
He's gonna eat that one.
Yeah, he just ate my shit.
There's a couple guys here. One inside the capture point, another one like further north.
I just shot 3 fucking missiles at 3 different targets that are like 25.
Never mind. One of them just crashed. Never mind. So there's one guy here doing chaos, probably.
All the people in the forums are good, just like fucking Arctic Fox.
Dude, if the average player at Arctic Fox is like fucking skilled, that would be like refreshing in Sim, to be honest. Guy is like not good, but better than these fucking bums that we fight all the time.
Yeah.
Bro, why is my RWR have fucking 16 missiles around it? I just want to not be blown up. Like, why am I, like, oh my god, how the fuck am I supposed to notch all this shit?
Just use the SPO 15. The SPO 15 gives you the information.
I mean, it's my fault for overextending and being stupid, but I thought I was gonna. I actually thought I was gonna get out of that. I thought I was gonna get out of that. I thought it was gonna be the goat. It was not the goat.
You're the goat, Squish. You trained all of us.
You're a
Albatross says something, and I don't care about what Albatross says. So what makes this SU-30 good compared to the other one? Everything. The engine power is better. They buffed the flight model, so the new or the old SU-30 is basically in the same boat that the SU-27SM was in. The new one is slightly better. The radar on this one goes to 120 degrees left and right. This plane's actually good for the BR. Like, it's Typhoon, Rafale, still win the dogfight, but the way that they win is close enough that the experience gap, like, actually does matter. The fuel gap matters. It's much better on this regard. Although fucking Simply is sitting here with 30 kills. I look like shit with my 17 kills. Granted, two of their guys on their team account for 34 deaths. Like, this is, I guess it's good. Like, I'm winning, but it's, in all honesty, I might go to bed. It's kind of fucking stupid and boring. Okino was saying, does the J10, will the J10C be good with buffs? It has what, 8 missiles? Simply, can you hear me? And the game has killed itself? Is this working? Do we have a fucking... Okay, this shit's... Why does Discord just, like, kill itself? My hot take on the J10 is, even with the buffs, I don't think it's going to be excessively good. It'll be okay. God dang it. Die. Die. What and okay, why does, okay, so it did. Whatever. I'm gonna just leave this Discord and it'll be fine. Master S, is any U.S. top tier jet competitive? No, but yes, but no, but maybe. My personal opinion is that while the F-15 Golden Eagle is bad, it's not egregiously bad to the point that it's unplayable. It's within spitting distance of everything else, especially with the way that people play top tier, that in all honesty, I don't think it's unreasonable to do consistently good in it. However, once you run into good players at the upper end of the tier, SU-30, etc., Eurofighter, it does become bad. But also, you're, for the most part, not going to run into those people. If me and simply the players I play with take those planes, we're going to do, for all intents and purposes, equally well. Maybe slightly better, maybe slightly worse. The 15s are actually pretty good at long range missile launching. They have very good energy retention. They have very good high-end top speed, where if you do the Mach 2 AMRAAM launcher tech, it can kind of be not invulnerable, but very close to it. At the same time, to play those planes is kind of a very boring technique. So, while I would say that at the upper end, they don't have a chance. I would say at the median level, the average level, I've played the 15s, I've played the 15Cs, I've played into the BRs where they're technically bad. I didn't really feel that so to maybe make things make a little bit more sense. The 15C is bad. The 15C AZA is bad. At the same time, that gap in performance is nowhere near the same as when the MiG-29 SMT was fighting the F-16C at when it was like 12.7 or 13.0, like whenever those were the two top planes of the game. Not nearly as bad as that. Nowhere near as bad as 16C versus Su-27SM when the radars were bugged. Nowhere near I had a plane in my head. I forgot. It's bad. I'm gonna say it's bad. It's not. It's solidly in a better variation of an unbalanced meta. Like it's like it's hard to say. It's hard to say because I don't want to be like, oh my god, you just say like when things on the Russian side are too good, you just downplay it, and then when things on the blue side are too good, you upplay it. But if, for instance, if the radar scan rate thing was not a thing when the Su-27SM was added, and it had the current flight model, that would have been a pretty balanced kind of dichotomy. But I mean, it took for the 27, the flankers. People asked for flight model buffs for basically 2 years, and the thing that you got was double pylons, which was a thing that nobody was asking for. Like, nobody wanted this, like, R-77 central pylon that is of dubious existence. Like, nobody asked for that. People just wanted the flight model to not be you pulled and then instead of like using your speed to turn, you just went slow. At the same time, nobody asked for the current flight model that we have where you kind of effectively have no weaknesses. Technically speaking, yeah, blah, blah, blah. The rate fighting, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. You can win. But anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. This is boring. So I'm gonna go to sleep. That dude who wanted a duel, not gonna show up. So I'm gonna hit the quit button. I'm gonna hit the other quit button, and I'm gonna quit and go to sleep.
The original military issue was used surprisingly extensively on Mosin Nagant rifles. There was one named suppressors during World War II. They had, of course, for some similar sort of Shchenikov was first adopted, a machine gun, and the original intention, that didn't then answer, and about 1950 testing and testing. It's going on the end of the gun, and done and working and at giving it a solid body tube, actually just take it off the rifle. So this is left-hand threaded, so you have to unscrew it the wrong direction to take it off. And I find it kind of interesting that there is no locking notch. There's the notion that because it's left-hand threaded, opposite of the way the rifling is spun, that every shot will actually tighten it down. I'm a little dubious about that. It seems to me it would have been pretty simple to include a notch for the retaining pin that's already built into the rifles right here to lock into the back end of the can. But for whatever reason, they didn't do that. Now that we have this, you do have a spring steel locking tab there. Push that down and you can unscrew the back end of the can. That's nicely coarse threaded and it is right-hand threaded. We have the back end. We have a big solid rubber baffle, and we have a stack of regular metal baffles. Now, these are all pretty recognizable elements. What's weird about this is the rubber baffle is at the back of the system. Normally, when you encounter a big rubber baffle, typically called a wipe, it goes at the very front of the can because its job is to hold as much gas in the suppressor as possible for as long as possible to reduce the final noise. You'll see this in things like the well rod. And then the idea is, your first shot, you always make sure you run with a pristine, brand new baffle so there's no hole in it and it's maximum quiet with that first shot. And then the baffle lasts 10, 20 rounds, something in that neighborhood, before there's so much of a hole in it that it's not actually reducing the sound of the suppressor at all and you need to replace it. This is here for an entirely different purpose, and that is to actually get the AK that this is mounted on to cycle reliably. So this thing, by sitting at the very back of the system, and you can see that little metal tab there hooks over the outside of the tube to prevent it from moving forward. This is specifically to increase back pressure at the very beginning of the system. So you just have a little bit of a blast chamber here. This rubber baffle is going to hold gas into that, which keeps it pushing backwards on the gas piston of the AK. And this was the solution to that conundrum of how do we balance an AK that has a fixed gas port size so that it will run on regular ammo and subsonic suppressed ammo. So that's very cool. Now the baffle stack here, all being bolted together, very simplistic flat baffles. That's both not very surprising to me. This is typical of even later Soviet suppressor designs, and it's also going to work better than you think. I think a lot of people will look at this and have a pretty snobby attitude that, that's just total crap and who would even bother, like, why even have a suppressor if you're going to make baffles like this? And the answer is, this is going to actually suppress like 90% as well as probably the fanciest baffle stack design was into this here. Recognizable by a green and was made 70 is a box of spare rubber wipes. This one's already sort of open, so we'll use that. So there you go, a 1971 dated